Hey, what's up everybody? In today's video, I want to talk to you about something real important you gotta know when you become a landlord. Something that hopefully you don't go through. And that is the thing that most landlords don't want to go through. It's having the worst experience with the tenant that you rent your property to. So I'm gonna show you right now my apartments. For those who don't know me, this is King Condos, the first building we ever built. And we have 9 apartments here. I've never had a bad experience with anybody so far, but one tenant. I haven't really talked about what happened, and in this video I'm gonna be explaining exactly what happened that day and how it all ended and what led to that situation where I saw red flags, but I didn't actually. I was desperate to rent at that time, so that's why I kind of took the person that they sent, this broker. So welcome to one of the apartments. This one just came vacant today, and we're about to, I already have another tenant coming in. We're just gonna have to clean it, but so you can kind of see what it is. We got here the living room. Right away here we have the kitchen with the microwave, the refrigerator, the stove, and then we got a TV hanging here that goes both sides in case if you want to watch TV when you're gonna go to sleep or when you wake up, or if you're cooking, you can put it this way that's facing the kitchen, or you can move it more towards the living room. Some people leave the sofa there, and when I designed this building, I put it here. That's why I have those 2 light fixtures. But some people ended up putting it on this side. I mean, it's just preference. But I did leave this place open right here so they can look much bigger. And I didn't put a door, so it's kind of like a studio condo. It comes with 2 fans, one in the room and one in the living room. As you can see, they still have some stuff here that we still have to take out. And I decided to put some doors inside the wall, that way I can save a lot of space. If I open the door inside, it's gonna hit the toilet, or if I open it outside, it's gonna be hitting the door. So I tried to avoid that, so that's why I did it that way. We have here the closet. It's a small closet because people, when they rent studios or small apartments, they don't really bring a lot of clothes, and all the time they're just working. And if people do ask me to have a bigger closet, what we do is we move this closet and we put it in that wall. We put it where the mirror is at, and all we gotta do is just add longer tubes, and that's all. Just keep it open. You can put your underwear here. You can put your luggages up here, and anything that you can hang here, like a suit, shirts, and you can put another tube down here as well, and you can hang more clothes. I didn't put it in nightstands in either side, that way I can have it open and it looks more bigger than what it is. Then here, when we designed the bathroom, I wanted to make it look like a hotel. So what we did is we put some lights in the back, and then we have the shower with the shower foam, and here so you can put your soap, your shampoo, and whatnot. Then you got your toilet paper here, or some towels, whatever. You got some towels here too, in the sink. So pretty much that's the tour for these apartments. For those who've been asking me to make a tour for the apartments, every single one of the apartments here in King Condos, they look the same, other than the ones that are in the front, because in here they have a balcony. So pretty much all of them are the same, just 3 of them, the ones in the front, are balconies, and they're all pretty much the same thing. So now let me get to what happened about 7 to 8 months ago. Hopefully you don't make the same mistake that I did, which was taking a tenant that had a big red flag, and I could have avoided that. I mean, I didn't end up losing a lot of money, but I did lose money. So what happened is I had this girl that was from Colombia that had no job, and she was the one looking to rent, So this broker came and helped me out to bring me a customer, but she told me, hey, look, this is the situation. There's a guy that makes a good amount of money, but this guy is not gonna be the one that lives in the apartment. His girlfriend is gonna be the one that lives in the apartment. So right there, I'm like, I mean, as long as the guy can provide with all the documents and be responsible for what happens in the apartment, then at that time I was okay. But that's a big mistake, because when somebody does that, it's because that person that's gonna live in, that's trying to rent, for some reason, either because they don't have a job or they can't provide documents to prove how much they're gonna be making and to see if they're able to make the payment. That's a red flag, because you don't know if that the other person is paying for the rent or helping them out, and at the end they're like, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing that. They get in a fight, they separate, or anything can go wrong. Then you're left with that person that you don't know how much they're making, because they never provided any documents showing how much they're making, where they work at, or anything like that. And the other person is just gonna, I'm guessing they're not gonna care if they lose their deposit, but a lot of things can happen other than just having the tenant that lives here not pay rent. And then you have to waste a lot of money trying to get them out. You gotta go to court, and it's not worth it. What I'm trying to say is, if you know that you have a red flag when somebody brings a background check, or when somebody tells you, hey, look, I got a customer, they want to rent, but this is the situation, it's a big red flag. Just try to wait a little longer, and that way you don't have to go through all the trouble. Good thing I didn't go through court, and I didn't have to do all the crazy stuff that people actually have to go through, and then spend thousands of dollars just trying to get somebody out. So here's what happened with my tenant. So this girl, like I said, she was from Colombia, and I'm guessing she wasn't even, well, I guess she was like the other woman of this guy, and the guy had money, so he had a wife and a family, but I guess that was his side chick, and you're not gonna put your side chick in your house, so you're gonna wanna keep him happy, so you're gonna pay the rent. So he gave us all his information. He made good money. He had a good job. He had a company and blah blah blah. But the thing is, like I said, the broker told me, hey, look, this is the situation. She's gonna be the one that lives there, not him. And she even told me she might be his side chick. So just so you know that, you let me know if everything checks out, everything is good. Just the fact that she's gonna be the one that lives here, and he's gonna pay the rent. He's gonna give her the money, and she's gonna pay me. So I was, at that time, I was barely starting, and I kind of wanted to get them rented. So I went ahead and took the client, which I shouldn't have, because a month or like 3 weeks down the road, I ended up overfilling the building, and I could have just waited a little bit, and I could have had a better tenant. Well, anyways, at first, the first 3 to 4 months, everything was okay. She paid money. Wait. The first 2 months, she did pay the money. In fact, he paid me the money instead of having her pay me the money. But then on the 3rd month, I called him and I asked him for the rent money. He's like, oh no, you know what? I'm gonna give her the money, and then she's gonna have you go and pick up the money from her. So I waited till that day came, and I got her number, and I started talking to her, and I told her, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pass by and get the money. So she told me, hey, he hasn't given me any money, so can you come in 2 days after the rent is due? And I was like, okay, you have. At that time, I was making contracts which allowed the tenants to wait 5 days until they're late on their payment. Once the five days have passed, let's say their rent is due on the 5th, by the 10th, that's the last day they have to pay the rent. Otherwise, on the 11th, I charge them 10% extra on top of the amount that I rented the apartment for. So what this girl did, she waited, because I had talked to the guy, and he said that she had the money. So I don't know why, I guess she used the money or something, and she waited till the last day on the 10th to pay me. And then I was talking to her, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, I know you have the money, so just why wait to the last day? I mean, I know you have 5 days, so why not just pay up? You know, why wait to the last day? I'm not gonna let you. Okay, that was the first month. The second month she did the same thing, but then I kind of got pissed off because I knew she had the money again, and I told her, hey, you know what? I don't want to go through the hustle of looking for you to try to get the money, and also I don't know what's going on with you. And at that time, I think they were already having fights, and I think the wife found out, and he was gonna dump her or something like that. So I knew for a fact that if she leaves, she's gonna want to use those 5 extra days to live for free. And thankfully she did that, because otherwise she could have been like, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever possible so I can stay here and you won't be able to kick me out. But good thing she wasn't in the contract either. And also I could have threatened her, telling her I'm gonna call immigration or something, because I knew she wasn't legal here in Mexico. But like I said, I don't want to go through all of that. I could have avoided that, but I should have not taken her, because I knew it was a red flag, and I knew things were gonna happen. I knew she wasn't making good money, and I knew that if they would have gotten in a fight, then she's just gonna be left with the apartment, and she's not gonna be able to pay for it. On top of the fact that she had some other friends living with her, because I think on the 5th month, she had a friend move in with her so she could help her with the rent, because she wasn't getting money from the guy anymore. So I told her, hey, you know what? The guy says he's not gonna pay for the rent anymore, and you are. So I told her, you know what? Are you gonna be able to pay them the rent? And she was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till the 15th. And I was like, I know for a fact you're not gonna have the money, so just let me know what's gonna happen, you know? And at the end, she actually was able to pay me, but like 2 weeks late. So I knew if she barely had money, she wasn't gonna be able to pay the 6th month. So the 6th month came and everything was chaos. She wasn't answering, and she was just telling me shit. She said she's like, you know, I have 5 days to pay the rent, and if I don't pay, I'm still gonna pay the late fees and everything. And I was like, I know you're not gonna be able to pay this month, so just let me know, and you're gonna have to move out, because otherwise I'm not gonna wait for you to use those extra 5 days or an extra week or 2 weeks and know that you're not gonna pay, and at the end you're gonna end up leaving. So what happened is that I think she was late for like 7 days on the 6th month, and I kept on asking her, and I think she said at the end, you know what, I'm gonna end up leaving, so I'm gonna let you know when I leave. I'm gonna take my stuff out, and I'm gonna have you come and inspect the apartment and whatnot. I think that day I was busy. I wasn't even in the apartments in the building, so I think I had stuff to do with the other construction. And then I forgot how I noticed that she wasn't there anymore. So I went to knock, and nobody opened. So I kind of looked through between through the curtains, and I kind of saw that the apartment was empty. So then I decided to do something I wasn't supposed to. I kind of opened the door, and she left it open. So as soon as I walk into the apartment, everything is as it looks like right here. It was empty, no clothes, nothing. Like she had taken off already, and she didn't even tell me. And then I texted her house, her saying, "Hey, are you gone? Are you still gonna come back, or what happened?" And she's like, "No, yeah, I already taken off. I'm already gone. I'm not gonna be back anymore. You can do whatever. I left the keys in there." And she said, "I'm gone." And by her breaking the contract, they automatically lose the deposit. So I was like, okay, then I'm not gonna give her a deposit back. And I was like, the only thing that I see is that the apartment is dirty, so I'm just gonna clean it. I'm just gonna have somebody come and clean it up. Little did I know that when I came and I started looking at everything was fine. The AC worked, the microwave was working, the refrigerator, the stove, everything, nothing. Well, there was like 2 cups broken, and the plate had a chip on it, and then I started cleaning I started inspecting everything, and then I turned the TV on, and as soon as I turned the TV on, it had like somebody threw something in the TV, like a glass or like a ball or something, so the TV was completely broken. The screen shattered. And it's plasma, so just the inside was all broken. You couldn't even see anything in the TV. The TV is a smart TV, and it cost me like around 4,000 pesos, which is like around 200. And the deposit was 8,500 pesos. So out of the deposit that they already lost, I had to pay 4,000 to be able to buy another TV. Thankfully, I was able to find somebody that was able to fix a TV here in Mexico, and they only charged me like 1,500. But still, the plates, the blankets, there was a lot of stuff that I had to pay. So at the end, I ended up paying like around, I think like 3,000 to fix everything plus clean the apartment. And I mean, that's my worst experience with the tenant. It's not as bad as other people that I've seen on YouTube talking about having to go through a lawsuit, and then they had to pay thousands of dollars, and then the tenants stay and live in the property, a house or apartment for, I don't know, like 6 months to a year till they get evicted. So thankfully, I didn't go through that. But from there, I learned that every single time I see a red flag, just try to avoid that, because at the end, it's not worth it. Thankfully for me, it wasn't as bad as other people that I've seen or heard of. But still, it's not worth it. Having to go to every single month trying to look for the tenant. Because I have tenants that are perfectly, they're so good. They pay on time. I don't even have to ask for the money. They're like, hey, you know what? Go check your bank account. The money's there. I already paid the month, and it's not even their due date. So I'm happy with those tenants. And when they send me their background check, everything was okay, and there was no red flags at all. And some of them have pets and stuff like that. But even though they have pets, they don't even damage the apartments. So this is for me to you, so that, I don't know, if even people that have been doing this for years, sometimes they make mistakes just because they're desperate. Try to avoid desperation and just focus. Take it as a business, like a professional business. Don't do things that you know that is gonna affect your business or your cash flow. Always, even if it takes a month to find that perfect tenant, just wait. Don't make the mistake of taking the first person that comes into your apartment or house or property and says, you know what, I got the money right now. I'm gonna move in today. You don't have to do a background check. I'll pay you 6 months in advance. I'll pay you blah blah blah. Those people, it's a big red flag. Just try to avoid and stick. It's better to be safe and just wait a little bit longer till you get a better tenant, because in the long run, it's gonna affect you a lot. You're gonna lose money, you're gonna go through headaches, you're gonna have to, sometimes it gets worse. Sometimes things happen and you never know. You're gonna end up losing money. They get even, I don't know, it gets dangerous where you never know who they are. They probably have weapons, and when you try to fight them or confront them, they might end up, I don't know, hurting you or hurting somebody that might come and try to talk to them. So it's just try to avoid that. That's my experience. From there, every single time I get a new tenant, we make sure we do a really good background check. We make sure we're not gonna lose any money. We make sure to call everybody that they give us a reference. We make sure that they do work there, that they've been there for a year or 2 years, that they've never had any trouble in their jobs. You just gotta make sure you make sure that you actually check them really, really good. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a bad tenant, and you don't want to do that. And there are some people that do rent apartments, and then what they do is they try to scam the landlords by doing stuff that they'll be able to take it to court and make a lawsuit out of it. So just try to avoid all of that, and hopefully, if you're new at doing this, or if you're thinking of investing in real estate and start renting apartments for people, just remember, you're gonna be dealing with people. You're gonna be dealing with all kinds of people. Try to get a really good property management. That way they can do a really good background check on every single people that are interested in renting your apartments. So hopefully this video was helpful for you, and hopefully you don't make the mistakes that I made when I was desperate to try to get it rented. And hopefully you end up with a good tenant that's gonna stay in your property for 5 years, 6 years, and you don't have to deal with anything. You don't have to, well, you're gonna have stuff to break, but since they're good tenants, they're gonna know that it's not your fault and things just break down, you know? But at least you know that they're gonna be there all the time, paying on time, and not causing any trouble. There's also another thing that I didn't mention. I actually lied about this video saying that it was the worst tenant that I've had. Well, the worst story about a tenant that I had here in King Condos. Actually, I had another tenant, which was another girl. This one was actually the one that filled up the information. Everything was okay with her. It's just that stuff went through, and I actually made a mistake, a big mistake. I'll be making another video about it, and you can also check it out. That video, I'm gonna go deep on what I actually did that I wasn't supposed to do, and actually could have gotten me in more trouble. So if you want to watch out my other experience, which was actually the worst one yet, not this one, go subscribe, hit the bell icon, and just wait till I upload it. It's probably gonna be around maybe before New Year's, and I'm gonna be saying exactly what happened with that tenant and what error I committed and what could have happened, but thankfully didn't go any further. But I'll be saying that in my next video. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and just wait till I upload the other video, and hopefully you don't make the mistakes like I said, because they could get you in a lot of trouble and you can go to jail, and there's a lot of things that you can do if you make mistakes that I'm gonna be mentioning here, so that way you don't go through them and you don't make them. That way you more focus on doing the right things, even though you get a good tenant or you think you're getting a good tenant because of the background check, but things happens to people all the time. So just stay tuned for the other video. I hope that everything I share in this video is beneficial for you, and that you have learned not to commit the same mistakes that us and as new landlords commit. Or even though we've had years of experience, sometimes whenever we're desperate on renting our apartments, where we're not getting some money in, we make some mistakes that we might regret at the end. That way, when you become a real estate investor, you don't end up with this kind of clients or tenants, and you can avoid losing thousands of dollars and avoid a lot of headaches. Again, thanks for watching my videos. If you want to check my channel out there, I'll leave some of the best videos that have the best information here in the description box. Also, make sure if you like my videos, leave a like, and also subscribe to my channel for more of my videos, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.